Hey guys, welcome back to another Skyrim mods video. Today we got some of the newest mods that caught my attention as we head into September. Some of these I just did a video on just because they didn't have one, honestly, just in case people were afraid to try them or asking questions in the post section. Nonetheless, make sure you hit that like button down below if you end up enjoying this video or maybe finding a mod that you want to download, but otherwise, let's dive right in. The first mod brings us to Blackreach for a small but very immersive expansion, with the mod called Unmarked Locations Pack, Blackreach. We already have the all-in-one for Skyrim, Solstheim, and the Soul Cairn, but now we have one for Blackreach that may or may not get added into the all-in-one soon. This mod adds small locations filled with content for you to explore as you discover little Easter eggs that kind of explain how the location got there or just things in general. But some of them blend so well with the environment of Blackreach, the only way you could tell they didn't belong is the giant rocks covering the door to the entrance to some of the new buildings added by this mod. Or maybe you played Skyrim for 12 years and just know this place perfectly. There's so many new locations added to Blackreach, ranging from small changes like dormer pipes just being placed around to large ones like completely new buildings that you might instantly recognize as part of this mod. And you'll get this all in a download less than 1 megabyte. It's pretty much a win-win with this mod, honestly. The other great part is that since nothing really touched Blackreach in terms of mods, this should be easy to install. Also, I just wanted to put this little quick section here to say the armor I'm currently wearing is the Southbound Scout by Everglade, in case people wanted to know in the comment section. But the main reason we're in Riverwood is for a new creature mod named Roosters, adding a new variant of animal to the farm animal category for Skyrim. They don't replace chickens though, because you can use them alongside each other. They're just an additional animal, like I said. I haven't seen them mating with chickens, but it might have been added, I'm unsure. And in case you happen to be wondering, they can be killed. You get the same jobs as when you kill a chicken, just this time you don't get a bounty for doing it. I definitely recommend to pair this with chicken and chicks for the best farm animal experience. Just don't keep them all at 4K, that'll destroy your FPS. The next mod brings us to Karthwasten for a small expansion, but not to the outside of the place, but to the inside of the Karthwasten Hall, with a new mod called Snazzy Interiors Karthwasten Hall. This interior was completely modified to make it seem lively without destroying your FPS. And the great part is that it also has a Lux patch, because there is a patch collection just in case you happen to be using the other Snazzy Interiors, which I recommend also. Some homes in Skyrim just have a bed and a table, and that can kinda get boring because it's repeated over every single interior, but now this actually looks like the home of someone somewhat important. There are mod authors like Timryu and Gutmaw slowly overhauling every home or just forgotten interior of Skyrim, and I don't care if I have to have 2,000 mods just for interiors. I will be adding every single one of them, because the immersion that this mod brings is something that you probably won't be able to get rid of. And hence why I highly recommend to give this a try. Up next, taking a huge step into Dawnstar, we have a new armor mod called Dawnstar Thane Armour, with a U. This mod adds a heavy armor to the game that comes with multiple versions of the helmet, so you can mix and match whichever you want to go with. Based on the description, this uses Nord assets, mainly minor factions, but also some assets from Witcher 3 that the author ported over. I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer though, while using this I did have purple gloves, but by the time this video comes out it'll more than likely be fixed. I just had to download Nord minor factions considering the assets came from there, and that fixed everything for me. To obtain this armor, now that one is a little more complicated. It's tied into a vanilla quest that you'd more than likely end up doing anyway, which is the legendary file quest, or the white file. I didn't want to give any spoilers on exactly where to find the armor because the mod author didn't, and I respect their wishes. Up next, a new female only armor called the Valenwood Ranger Armor Mashup, which adds a new light armor to your game, and actually we almost didn't get this amazing looking armor, but people asked the mod author and here we are, so I guess I have to be grateful to Nexus users for once. But this isn't just a fancy and cool looking armor, this also comes with the bow and custom arrows and a quiver to complete the set. You don't have to go on a quest to obtain this armor, or you can't craft it either. All you have to do is follow the mod author's instructions and go to Honeystrand Cave near Iverstead. This is definitely one of the best armor mods to come out recently. It may look skimpy, but honestly, the entire armor just makes sense. You need to be agile and nothing really holding you back while trying to be a stealthy archer. and nothing on this set really gives me the impression that any of the private bits are just going to pop out at any time. And also, just in case you were wondering, the combat animations I'm using right now is dynamic dodge shot by Smooth, but I'll probably get questions about it either way. And for the final armor mod of today, this mod is called the Star Guardian Armor. And of course, it's another female only armor, not hating, but just pointing out this. This armor is also very modular, so anything that you see on the outfit can be unequipped, so you can just pretty much just have the skirt or just be naked almost. So it can be just as not safe for work as you want it to be. In total, it comes with about 3 color variations for the skirt, and the metal pieces also change with the outfit to match it as well. Honestly, this reminds me of a Wonder Woman outfit. This is probably the closest we're ever going to get to that. But this mod also comes with HDT SMP physics as stated in the title, so the skirt will react to the wind and move slightly when your character moves. It isn't super apparent though, but you can definitely see it if you're looking for it. To get this armor, you do have to craft it. There's no quest, which you can do by visiting the Radiant Raiment in Solitude. There's a crafting book in the right corner. It does count as stealing though, so you kinda have to stealth it. Unless you're a Stormcloak and don't really care about an Imperial bounty, then you can just steal it outright and just run away. Up next, we have a massive overhaul of Morthal with this mod called Skyfall's Fortified Morthal. I recently included this in my modern graphics video. You guys should check that out. Did it a few days ago, but I didn't upload it to Nexus, so I decided to give this mod a proper showcase. This mod changes Morthal in close relations to what you'd see in the cities of the North overhaul, but this time with Skyfall's own spin to it, and they did super well with this. If I'm allowed to apply bias to this is hands down the best Morthal overhaul because of the amount of extensive changes, and still keeping me above 60 FPS on my 3070. Nearly everything in this small town was revamped, from the buildings to just the simple walkways, and there's already tons of support for it even though it just came out, so anything that needs a patch is already being worked on or already done. Like a NavMess patch that recently made it so now NPCs will be seen walking to every location that you can reach, and there pretty much isn't a single place that you can't reach with this mod. And also, I believe for compatibility reasons, the interior of this overhaul were left vanilla, so you could technically use any interior overhaul you want, like Snazzy interiors, which we were just talking about. So now you really have no reason not to use it, or this mod either. The textures of this overhaul, such as the walls, were made just so it can have a unique look from the other towns. I would recommend allowing us to use our own just for parallax reasons, so there's no reason to ask for permission, but maybe we'll get that soon. This mod also adds a new player home above the town that you can grab and enjoy in looking over this new overhaul. Your PC might struggle a little bit, but you definitely love it. Up next, taking a huge step from the peaceful overhaul of Morthal, we have a new dragon combat mod called Epic Dragon Combat REDONE. This mod, like the previous ones, doesn't overhaul the vanilla dragons, but instead adding completely new dragons to the level list that can spawn alongside the vanilla ones. So you could technically use this with the Game of Thrones dragon replacers, which is what I'm currently doing right now on my new mod list. With this mod, you'll run into about 12 new variants of dragons that feature their own custom look, and each variant also has ranks included within them. So if you include all the ranks in the variants, you could run into well over 60 new types of dragons with this mod. But they all have their own custom special element. They aren't just visual changes, so you could end up fighting a vampire dragon if you're unlucky, which means they will heal from pretty much killing anything around you. So by far it was the most annoying and hardest one of this list to kill for me. If I ever end up doing another dragon overhaul video, this one is 100% going to be included in that. Up next, there's a new simple addition added to Riverwood in the form of an apothecary. This mod is called Ivy's Riverwood Windmill Apothecary. It adds an area right next to the bridge as you leave town, and also walkways are added to make it easier to get to the location. And it kind of blends super well with Riverwood, considering that's the one thing it was missing. There is a patch collection also included when you install this mod for such as mods like JK Skyrim, but I don't use that because I kinda enjoy 60 FPS. But if you do have that, then you don't have to be afraid to give this mod a try. Not only was she given a shop, which is pretty simple and already has a Lux patch as well, there's also an upstairs which is her bedroom, but it's not locked, so I thought it was an open area for everyone to just explore, and I was kinda mistaken. And also, she did not appreciate that at all. She's also level 50, so take that how you will. I would be cautious if you decide to do what I do. Like I said though, it's just a great little addition added to Riverwood. But if you want a massive addition added to Skyrim, almost at the level of Fortified Morthal, we have a new mod called Watchman's Golden Rock. Just recently, I believe no one has ever touched this place, but now there's 2 mods, and this one is massive. It overhauls the exterior of this to match the vault-themed towers, adding ruins to the exterior of the place, and also dead stuff, and deadly stuff. And the reason I say exterior is because now there's also a small and immersive dungeon added to Golden Rock for you to explore and level up, because I guess giants couldn't fit in here and kill everything, so it's just free XP for you. This, due to how new it is, doesn't have a Lux patch yet, but honestly it really doesn't need one because Imperial made the lighting to perfectly match his dungeon and his vision. And we're getting all of this in a download less than 1 megabyte. It's kinda crazy to see what mod authors can do when they aren't making a download size of 300 megabytes. But Fortified Morthal kinda makes sense, it has its own textures that fit it perfectly, so no shade at that mod author. And that was pretty much it for today guys. Like I said, this mod list consisted of popular and underrated mods, but my goal this time was simply to give videos to mods that didn't have one, and I think maybe needed one. Let me know what you thought about these mods, but I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace and love guys.